Moms are the talk of the town this week because of Mother's Day, but sometimes all the work we do can kind of get lost. Motherhood is so rewarding, but it can also be really tough for a variety of reasons.
And right after giving birth, lots of moms end up dealing with postpartum depression. You talked a lot about that. You had me on your interview a few years ago. And this is, of course, on top of all the lack of sleep and a seemingly never-ending list of things to do. We have Sona Dimijan. I hope I'm saying your last name properly. A CU Boulder professor in the Department of Psychology and Neuroscience and the director of the Renee Crown Wellness Institute, joining us now. Good morning. And it good morning. It certainly takes a village to raise a child. Corey and I talk about this all the time. In your research, how true have you found that to be?
Oh, I have found that to be absolutely true. You know, at the Crown Institute, you mentioned, we believe the best care happens at the intersection of love and science. And this is really about how can we bring community together with the tools that we know from evidence-based research. And when we talk about love, what we really mean is listening deeply to mothers' lived experience and honoring the deep care that moms bring to their families and pairing that with the best of what we can learn from science, like mindfulness and peer support that actually help to create that village you're talking about so moms can cope and heal and thrive themselves and their children.
So deeply thankful for my village. I say it all the time, truly. How can mothers build a support network without feeling like they're being overbearing or just asking too much?
Yeah, it's such an important question. You know, as you're highlighting, motherhood can be beautiful and incredibly hard at the same time, and support makes a real difference. One of the things that we know, especially around pregnancy and early parenting, is that joy and overwhelm, those can exist side by side. So loving your baby doesn't protect you from depression and anxiety, and struggling at this time doesn't mean that you're failing as a mom. And what's really critical is learning skills that help you reach out for support when you need, and also having programs like a program that we study and have studied across Colorado and now around the nation called ALMA that pairs new and expectant moms who are struggling with moms who have walked that same path, have learned skills, and want to give back to other moms in their community.
Beautiful resource, because you know, when I suffered from postpartum depression, you do isolate, right? You don't want to reach out. It's almost like that depression makes you not want to reach out. So a question for you, if you are not pregnant or yourself, but you know someone who is, or a mom that just needs a little extra help, like you just said, how would you recommend that someone from the outside looking in kind of like reaches out to them and make sure that they know that you're there to help without making them feel like that, you know, something may be wrong?
Yeah, I think that's such an important question that you're asking. So how can we support moms? We can let moms know that we see the ways in which they are working so hard to support their kids and their families, and reach out and ask, how are they doing? And what are the ways in which practical tools and support can help? Knowing that it's okay as a mom, and helping moms remember it's okay to say the places where you're struggling and the places where you need help. That is such a critical part of building that village that you talked about. You know, the other thing I think that's important for moms, and another program that we have studied for years that's called Mindful Mood Balance, which is available for free online, where moms can learn the skills of mindfulness to start to notice really early warning signs of where they're struggling before challenges like depression or intense anxiety can really take hold. And starting to recognize those early warning signs can really help to both prevent depression and help moms know when extra support would be needed, and to be able to reach out in those moments before things become really overwhelming.
I know so much of what you just said hits home for both of us big time. And I know a lot of moms that are watching right now really felt your words very deeply. So we really appreciate you calling in and sharing those tips with us, Sona.
It's a pleasure to be here. I hope you have wonderful Mother's Day.
Thank you very much. You too. We'll be right back.